All right. What's up, y'all? What is up, redheads? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your guy, J Red, checking in once again. Man, we got some stuff to talk about. Before I begin, please do me a favor and subscribe to youtube.com/redsview. Do that for me, good people. And also, by the end of this video, please hit that like button or the dislike button. It's all good. Man. So if you've been hiding under a rock for the last 24 hours, you should already know what the deal is. Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith. You heard it here. Chris Rock got slapped on live television at the Oscars by Will Smith. Will Smith got out of his chair in the audience, walked on stage, slapped Chris Rock, and went to go sit back down for Chris Rock making a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. So we got a lot of stuff to break down, man. And I'm not going to try to hold y'all for too long. I'll probably go live talking about this maybe tomorrow. But what I will say is this. We're going to break it down real quick, all right? So the first thing that people want to ask is, was it staged? Was it staged? Do you feel like it was staged? Let me know in the comments. I don't. I don't think that this was staged at all. At first, when he did slap him and went to sit back down, you probably could have thought it was because he was just like, wow, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. But when Will proceeded to yell at him, cussing at him, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, and then they had to edit it out. They muted it for a second, you know what I'm saying? Not everywhere, but in America they did. I think in Australia and other companies they didn't. But yeah, that's how you know that it was real. You know, people, I'm all for conspiracies, right? But I highly doubt that, you know, that looked like a real situation. We've seen situations like that before, not on stage like that, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think it was staged. I think that was a lot of built up frustration that Will has been dealing with for the past eons. Because I have his book, I've been reading it, and one thing Will talks about in his book is he's always felt like a coward. Always has felt like that when his dad beat on his mom, everything like that. So, not making any excuses for him, but to answer that question, I do not feel like this was staged at all. Yes, it boosted the ratings, but I don't think that this was staged. All right, so the big question everybody wants to know is, was Will justified for slapping Chris Rock? Now, what happened is Chris Rock said that he saw Jada Pinkett Smith in the crowd. Jada Pinkett has a bald head now, damn near bald head, right? Real low, not even a Caesar, just a real low cut, right? I didn't know that she had alopecia. I think I'm saying that right. Alopecia. I'm going to just say it right now. That's the condition where you lose your hair. So he saw her, bald head and all, with the green dress on. And he said, G.I. Jane 2. I love you, Jada, but G.I. Jane 2, I see you. Can't wait to see it. So it was a joke. Jada looked uncomfortable, rolled her eyes, and was just like, really? And then Will Smith went up there and slapped her. Now, the thing is, with him saying that, he thought it was a joke because if you know who G.I. Jane is, that was a movie where this white lady cut her hair and she wanted to be in the army, so she was G.I. Jane. Because, you know, G.I. Joe is one thing, but G.I. Jane is the other. So, yeah, he made that joke, and people, like, were looking to see if Will was justified for actually doing it because Jada didn't like it. Will has been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff from not even just the entanglement, but people have been talking shit about Will and Jada's lives, their marriage for so long, you know? So this was a man protecting his woman because the thing is, I didn't know that she had that health condition that caused her to lose her hair. Now, from my understanding, she has talked about this before and talked about her insecurities and her uncomfort with it. I thought that she was just making a bold statement, cutting her hair, because women do that, but no, Jada has talked about this. Now, did Chris know this? I don't think so. I would hope he would have known about this. You know, I hope that he wouldn't have said this and not known how she felt about it. You know, like if he knew about this, then he's an asshole. But come on, man. So was Will justified in it? I'm not going to justify Will doing it, but I can understand and overstand why Will went up and slapped him at the Oscars. Because, like I said, it's built up frustration. Somebody blatantly disrespects your wife. And keep in mind, I'm going to say this. Chris Rock didn't disrespect her alopecia, right? He wasn't disrespecting her health issue. He just made a joke that coincided with that. You know what I'm saying? With the health condition. So, yeah. So, Will, you know, somebody does that to your woman, disrespects you, you know what I'm saying, in front, and then it's on live television, then, yeah, you have every right to act accordingly to that. I'm not saying that he was right in it. I'm not saying he was wrong with it. You know, wrong in that situation. However, he chose to do what he felt like he needed to do as a man at that time. And let me say this. What if Will didn't do anything? You saw Jada's reaction. If Will didn't do anything, and this isn't just saying go up and slap him on stage. Like if Will didn't talk to him behind the scenes or do anything, then what would have been the headlines? Will Smith is a beta male. He's a simp, which he is. I'll get to that later. But Will Smith is a beta male. He's a simp. He's not a good man. He didn't protect his black woman. Women would have been shitting all over Will because this is a health condition that Jada can't control. And a man on live television made fun of that. Not her health condition, but he made fun of her bald head. Something that they know, you know, that they talk about. And who knows what goes on in their household. Maybe she wakes up every morning hating herself for it, right? And it was funny that people pointed out that Will was laughing at first. Yeah, you can laugh at something originally, and then you come to your senses, or you lean to the side and see your woman is tripping, and you're like, okay, I got to do something about it. I'm not justifying him going up there and slapping him on live television, right? However, I'm not mad at him for doing that because it's a lose-lose situation. People are, saying that Will shouldn't have done that and all this other stuff. But if he would have sat his ass down there and not said anything, you would have been talking about him. You would have been talking shit about him too. If Will would have sat his ass there and not done anything, people would have talked shit about him. So I'm not mad at him for going up there and handling his business. You've never been in that situation. None of us have. I've never seen nothing like this. At an award show, somebody makes fun of your wife that you know she goes through stressful times and you never know what goes on in their household. So you act accordingly to what you feel is necessary. And I can't judge that man for that. I've never been married. I will be soon one day, but I've never been married, never been in that situation. But that shows you he had nuts. And like I said, he's been feeling like a coward his whole life if you read his book, right? So not justifying it, but I can understand why. So yeah, Jada has that alopecia, and I'm hoping I'm saying that right. And that's that condition that she's talked about. It's not fair that has happened to her, but it's an unfortunate situation. And I don't think Chris was making fun of her health condition. He was making fun of how she looked. And in retrospect, it's a funny joke because I didn't get it until I was like, okay, I saw a picture of G.I. Jane. I know about the short haircut, but the green that she had on, it gave him G.I. Jane vibes. So it was funny. I'm not going to say the joke wasn't funny, but it came out of nowhere too. So it was like, okay, bam. He said that to her and then kept it going. Now, one question that has been, raised up is that if this were a white man that made that same joke, would Will have went up there and handled his business? Would he have slapped the shit out of a white man on national television? Now, at first I was thinking maybe he wouldn't have, but there is footage that you can look online that Will Smith slapped a white man for trying to kiss him. But that was self-defense though. The man was trying to kiss him, Will was moving, and then he pushed him off of him, gave him a big pap right there. So that was a white man, and that was overseas. So to answer that question, possibly. But do you feel like if it was a white man, or I know it doesn't matter, but just for the sake of discussion, do you feel like if it was a white man or somebody who wasn't black, that he would have went up there and did the same thing? Now, this is a situation of protecting black women. Black women always say how they're not protected, all this other stuff. This is a prime example of what protecting your woman looks like. You protected her pride, her integrity, her image. You went up there and handled business. Now, me personally, what I would have done, I don't think that I would have went up and slapped him on stage. I would have checked him behind the scenes though. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have slapped him, but I don't know if I would have did it right then and there. But then again, never been in that situation. I don't know. Now let's play devil's advocate. All right. Chris Rock was not making fun of Jada Pinkett Smith's health condition. All right. The alopecia, he was not making fun of that. So let's not do that. Let's not roll with that narrative because I don't want Chris Rock to be perceived as an evil guy. He wasn't making fun of that. He was only making fun of how she looked. And hopefully he did not know. I hope he, for his sake, his PR, that he says that he, even if he did know, you better say that you didn't know, because that is going to look real foul if you knew she had that health condition and you still chose to make fun of that. Now, to play devil's advocate, did Will lose his control? Is that how a man should handle that particular situation? Should he have been more reserved? You know, because people saying this at an award show, whatever like that. But to me, smoke is smoke. If you got an issue with somebody, you're going to handle it no matter where you are. Church, funeral, restaurant. You know, it is a time and place for everything. Let's not get that twisted. There is a time and place for everything, but if somebody's disrespecting your wife, your children, your family, then you got to stand for something. You got to be ready to go for war. So I can't judge him because of that, but, you know, people say that he's a beta male, he's a simp. This was a simp. Now, keep in mind, I told you I was going to talk about this. Will Smith is a simp, all right? Will Smith is a simp. I feel like he is a beta male when it comes to the Jada Pinkett Smith situation. The way that she continues to embarrass him. Now, this isn't justifying anything that's going on right now, but she always embarrasses him, you know? People have been saying that she's the cause of all this. The fact that the entanglement stuff is out there and all this other stuff, that she's the cause of it. However, even though I do feel like he is that, based off of what is shown in the public, you know, I still don't think that, you know, that justifies, put it like this. Him acting in the way he did, I don't think 100% it has anything with him being a simp or however people look at it. You know, I think that was just a man. Well, no, that was a man who was a simp who was fed up. He was fed up and he had to let it out. But you know what? The big thing is, I don't think that he was necessarily mad at Chris Rock. I think that frustration, that slap, that God slap that he did, thunder slap, was in retaliation to social media. You know what I'm saying? A retaliation to the media. You know, everybody talks about Will, and there's so much pressure. He's been through so much. And I think that he saw all of that at that one man that disrespected him right then and there and slapped the shit out of him. I think that Chris Rock represented every negative person that Will could think of when it comes to him and Jada's relationship, their marriage, their children, everybody. And Chris just happened to be on the other end of the stick to receive all of that. So he felt that. He felt all that pain, all that. Because think about this. Will Smith actually even won an award after that. He won the Oscar for Best Performance for King Richard, which you need to see. Excellent, right? But he was crying. He was crying emotionally, and I don't think it's the fact of the award. And he even said it's not the award. He was talking about protecting his family and different things like that. So I think he let all of that stress out right then and there. You know, and Denzel and Tyler Perry were calming him down and all that other stuff. But yeah, now the next question is, what does this mean for the comedy world? Because I think Steve Brown posted saying that comedians aren't safe when things like this can happen. And I'm quite sure something like this has happened. I mean, this has happened. The thing is, if you do joke about somebody, you have to be able to get involved and take the repercussions and the consequences that come after that. If you make jokes, you know about back in high school and in grade school, elementary school, everybody can't take a joke. And if it gets to a point to where some hands got to be thrown, that's what's going to happen. You be like, all right, man, you got me, chill out. And you never know what people's breaking points or boiling points are. So if you are a comedian, you have to be able to take what comes with it. Mike Tyson couldn't take jokes, really. Damon Wayans and Jamie Foxx even said that he ran up on them a couple of times. I don't know if they were joking, but some people can't take jokes. So, and then this is the last thing I want to address. I saw a bunch of people talking about, why didn't Will slap August Alsina? He slept with his wife. This is a different situation. The entanglement, he knew that. Him and Jada, they knew that before we knew it. They knew it before us. This situation has nothing to do with this. The August Alsina situation, I would expect Will to slap him for letting it get out. But this is, from my understanding, they already knew about this. The Red Table Talk, August even said he came to Will and talked about it. And other thing is, Will and Jada are in an open marriage. They're swingers, heavily rumored. And even Gayle King did a recent interview with Will Smith, and she said infidelity. She brought up infidelity. He was like, what? Infidelity? There's never been infidelity in our marriage. You can't cheat on somebody if they let you cheat. You can't cheat on somebody in an open marriage. And you're supposed to be in communication with them. But you can't cheat on, it's not cheating if the person knows about it and is fine with it. So this situation, the August I seen, it ain't the same thing, man. That's not the same thing. Will knew about him and Jada. So yeah, y'all tripping. But anyway, at the end of the day, you never know people's boiling points. You never know what people are going through. And in that situation, like I said, I think that he was mad at Chris, but that people have been saying that there is a video that came out that Chris Rock had talked shit about Jada boycotting the Oscars. Remember the Oscars So White thing a couple of years ago? Yeah, so people say that it was brewing from that. But I think that it's just he caught Will at the wrong moment. The right moment at the wrong time, however you want to put it. And we can't judge Will based off of that. You know what I'm saying? But let me know in the comments what y'all think. That's what I think about it. I'm not going to judge him. Man, if you hadn't seen it, please go look at the footage. To me, it was the funniest part was he slapped the shit out of him. And Chris Rock was still smiling like, whoa. But you know what? And I want to give props to Chris too, because I feel like Chris Rock handled it very well. I don't give a damn what alopecia, whatever. You slap the shit out of me on stage. Oh, we throwing hands. And it's the fact that he slapped the shit out of him and kept walking. Turned his back to him. You know how that means Will knew that nigga wasn't gonna do nothing. That shit is crazy as hell. He slapped the shit out of this man knowing that he wasn't gonna do nothing and went and sat back down. If I was Chris Rock, oh yeah, you slapped the shit out of me. And I understand his position. He was just like, what the fuck, right? Because he thinking, you know, Will is a joke. I mean, Will jokes a lot, you know what I'm saying? And he walked on stage smiling and then just slapped the shit out of him. So it caught him off guard, caught everybody off guard. So, yeah. But let me know in the comments what y'all think, man. This is J Red Red's View. Subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. Make sure you follow me on social media at JAYR3D. And let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. J Red Red's View. Peace.